In the next few videos that I will be discussing, I will be focusing on attraction mechanisms with a focus on interchanges and transponders. In this clip, I will be continuing my discussions on the neurodynamics of attraction by focusing on humans as interchanges and satellite communication transponders. The fact that we could engage in long distance communication, thought communication, that in itself is an indication that we function as a satellite communication transponders. And in these videos, I will be talking about how these systems, the interchange system and the satellite communication transponder system, how they are related to attraction mechanisms. And hopefully, as we go through the discussion, individuals will learn some or be able to get some kind of information that will help them to engage their neurodynamic attraction mechanisms in a positive way to assist them in the manifestation of their dreams, their visions, their goals, whether it is wealth acquisition or wealth attraction, whether it is a soulmate or a condition such as stability or something like joy or happiness in their existence. So we will begin by looking at the interchange system. An interchange system is one that adapts electricity for use by converting different types of energies and making them worthy for a specific device. So if we were to think of ourselves as an electrical unit, a mass of electricity, and the other person or people around us as different masses of electrical energies or masses of energies. What we will know is that each individual is different, and therefore each individual represents a unique mass of energy or a unique mass of electricity. And when we engage in interchanging, the way we are able to manage the joining together that happens, or the networking that happens when we interact with others, and how the interchange systems work to assist us in the manifestation of our goals, dreams, visions, our destinies, our purpose, or whatever we are trying to manifest, we will be better able to apply the knowledge that we are going to gain from these discussions to make us more successful in engaging in positive attraction and positive behaviors, because there are different ways that people engage in attraction, and some of those ways that are used are not always the correct way, because it entails interferences with other systems or other individuals and their functionality. So humans are adaptable, but they also function as electrical adapters. As electrical adapters, humans could convert their attributes to make them more amenable to other humans or systems. So whenever we change our dispositions, we are actually changing the electricity that is in existence inside of us. And we can do that to make ourselves more amenable or more adaptable, or we could act as resistors to certain kinds of energies or electricities that are trying to interface with us or as electrical systems. Now, human acts as adapters by employing either passive or positive charge, and that is where we determine whether we will be adapting or resisting the energies that are coming. to us in the form of other persons and aspects of their electricity, such as thoughts and words or long distance thought transmissions, because those are aspects or a part of the individual's overall electrical system and electrical makeup. Now, the attraction mechanisms and the processes occur as integrated subliminal neurodynamic activities involving electromagnetic dynamics. And what this means is that the way we function as electrical units happens in non-consciously or unconsciously. So we are not aware of it. It is below the threshold of consciousness, so therefore it is subliminal. It is neurodynamic because neurodynamic activities involves an integration of all areas of the brain and all functionalities of the brains. So it means it engages the entire brain, all the anatomical structures, the different structures and different brain regions, as well as the neuroelectrical processing and the neurochemical processing that is happening across the brain. And all of these involve what is called an electrochemical dynamic, because we have electricity and chemical conversions that is happening internally in the brain consistently, but also happening when electrical systems or electrical particles such as thoughts leave our brain and go out as signals to act as stimuli in other systems, such as other human beings with whom we are interacting. Now, in my research for recently published books, two of them specifically, The Neurodynamics of Sex and Wealth and The Sex and Wealth Attraction, I began looking for targeted research on the electrical components of humans. And I was quite intrigued or quite surprised, and maybe not so, that there was a loud silence about specific electrodynamic processes that are commonly used in all electrical and communication systems. Among these are interchanges and transponders, and we have touched briefly on resistors, but we've also discussed adapters. Now, the reason why I found that it was strange that there were not targeted research, it is because there has been research into human energies and human electricities as interchangeable systems, and that has been ongoing for several centuries. And after World War II, there were great strides that were made in using humans as computer systems to transmit long-distance satellite communications remotely. And those kinds of research and those kinds of experiments remained as classified information, and it is not widespread, but there is enough evidence, and there has been leakages, and some people who were actually part of some of those experiments did come out and discuss their experiences as subjects for these experiments, especially because some of these experiments violated the rules that govern doing research using human subjects, and it did violate the individuals to the extent that their subconscious and aspects of their personalities were manipulated and altered in order for these kinds of research to be done. And yes, humans were used as a system, so they were used very similarly to how we use our computer. But instead of typing the emails in or typing the messages across the computers to send it over the internet and the wireless systems and the World Wide Web, humans used other humans. So there will be the handler, the person who was in charge of managing that particular subject. So, and the person who was receiving the messages away at long distances. So what would happen is that the handler or whoever was responsible for programming the individual would use that individual to send a message. So they would originate the message. They would transmit the messages through the brains of the subjects that they were using, and then they would send it to the recipient, and the recipient would send it back. And actually, computers are fashioned after the way our brains behave. So all this discussion is doing at the moment is allowing us to be oriented to what we will be discussing in the next few videos and clips that I will be sending out.